Item number 10, conduct of business. The first item is waive the second reading and re-adopt an ordinance amending Chapter 8.24, Section 8.24200 of the San Bruno Municipal Code relating to private sewer laterals.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will tell you it's going to be very difficult to follow Mr. Goff's wonderfully optimistic presentation with this item, but here we are. This item is before you this evening to correct an error in the publication of the sewer lateral ordinance, which the City Council adopted on May 26th. So per the staff standard procedures, the summary should have been published after the adoption, and it routinely is done that way. But in this case, it was just inadvertently not submitted to the newspaper. And therefore, it didn't go into effect within 30 days, which is what everybody expected. And that 30 days was June 25th. So that can be corrected this evening by readopting the ordinance and then publishing the full text of the ordinance. Fortunately, it's very short. It's only a paragraph within 15 days of tonight's meeting. So if that were the case, then the ordinance would go into effect on August 27th. Now, we don't need a new public hearing, and the reason for that is because there's no change in the ordinance, and the publication requirements aren't triggered by the public hearing or introduction. They're triggered by adoption. And so that's what happened last time, and that's what we're asking you to readopt this evening. You may know, and it's mentioned in the staff report, that there is a logistical issue, and that issue is that staff believed, of course, that the ordinance was in effect as of June 25th. So therefore, they didn't advise about 10 property owners who called after that date to install a conforming cleanout. And so normally what would have happened, and what did happen before the 25th of June, is if somebody called and said they've got a problem, the staff would say, well, if you install a conforming cleanout, then we'll take care of we'll provide not only maintenance, but we'll provide repair and replacement services. So that would have been under the former regulation, but as of June 25th, staff thought, no, we have a new ordinance in effect. We're not going to advise individuals necessarily to install a new cleanout just for the purpose of getting city repair and replacement. So those owners were not advised to do that. Fortunately, staff has contacted all 10 of those individuals. Turns out only one of them actually completed the work at a cost of about $6,500. Of the remaining 9, there's about 7 who probably did or were planning to do repairs on their lower laterals. So staff is going to work with them and figure out what sort of repair or replacement needs to be made on those lower laterals. And there's a couple of them that staff isn't quite sure about in terms of what might need to be done. For example, some property owners might have problems just in the upper lateral. And so that wouldn't have been a city responsibility anyway, either under the old ordinance or otherwise. So staff is now telling property owners that the city is responsible for repair or replacement if the owner installs a conforming cleanout. And the staff is going to continue to do that until August 27 if the City Council readopts the ordinance tonight. So the 27th would be the effective date of the new readopted ordinance. Now, it's also important to remember, and as the staff has told you on many occasions, installing a conforming cleanout is always a good idea, mainly because now property owners can have access to their sewer laterals. So it's good to do that. And it also allows property owners to sign up for the free city maintenance program, which was occurring before and is continuing to occur and would continue to occur even if the new ordinance is readopted. So the city would continue to offer those free maintenance programs for individuals who do install conforming cleanouts even after the ordinance is readopted. And the City Council was aware of that at the time the ordinance was originally adopted. So there is a cost associated with this action tonight if you decide to take it. There's also a cost if you decide not to take it. But right now, as things stand, there's about $5,000 to $7,000 per sewer lateral that it would likely cost in order to do the work. So we have about 10, maybe as many as 10, for about a month period between June 26th and tonight. And then we're projecting, I think staff is projecting, let's say another 10 between tonight and the 27th of August, if the ordinance is readopted and goes into effect. So you'll have a total of maybe about 20 or so lateral repairs that you'd have to do, or that the staff would have to do. So the action before you tonight is a request to readopt the ordinance that was previously adopted on May 26th, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mark? Any action by the council?
Through the chair real quick. So with this action, I understand the report, it's tied with this reimbursement to those that have gone forward based on what the city had told them.
Correct.
So really, it's tied into one now.
Not sure I understand what you mean.
So even if the lateral aspect is one, but also financially taking care of those individuals that had misinformation given to them,
Right.
it's tied together as one.
So the staff has, because the ordinance was not in effect, irrespective of any action you might take tonight, the staff went ahead and informed individuals that they didn't tell them to install a conforming cleanout so they could get city services. They've gone ahead and indicated that those services would be available because that was the right thing to do. The ordinance wasn't in effect.
Okay. Anything else?
If I could just add, you made a statement that it's a good idea to put in, conforming cleanout. I think the city should make a policy that on installing a conforming cleanout, whether it's through a certain type of improvement to the property or or if it's, something that, I can't think of anything, but I don't think we should really, I think we should be more proactive to encourage property owners to install in a conforming cleanout.
Yeah, we can certainly recommend that to staff. Thank you.
Anyone like to make a motion to waive the second reading?
Also move.
Second.
Motion is second to waive the second reading on the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Would someone like to re-adopt an ordinance?
I'll introduce a readoption of the ordinance.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
No.
Councilmember Ibarra.
No.
Vice Mayor Salazar.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.